Whoever's the vice president of fixing hatch rattles at Kia needs to be fired and be replaced with someone who knows how to do his or her job.
Party time.
Yeah.
Hey yo.
Yep.
Traveling. Romance.
Ooh.
Midnight City and Cafe.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie and Chris with Daily Motor, and Chris is disappointed because we are about to go drive a car with a CVT. You've never driven a Kia Soul, right?
No, never.
Okay. Have you really looked at one in
No.
person? Well, let's go take a look. Because I saw this one pull up and it is actually...
It's blue, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite blue. And we are shooting this review now because over there is rain and over here is sun, and we're hoping we get more of the...
It does actually look decent.
I don't like
It's
the new...
massive grill.
I don't like how the new Soul looks sleepy. It looks like it's got droopy eyes. So here it is, the 2023 Kia Soul. This is the GT line, the third highest trim, or second from the top. There's an EX above this.
It's dirty.
Well, it came from Amos. You know, he likes to do some dirt flogging.
Oof. Okay.
Does it have an odor? No. Look at all this room. See, I've always been a fan of the Soul.
That's a good thing.
A spare.
A spare, yeah.
I've always been a fan of the Soul because it's actually a pretty remarkable package for a cheap car. The fact that it starts around $25,000 for a base trim, and you can do a lot of things with the packaging. Let's fold the seat real fast. Look at that. Decently flat load surface, and you don't have to move the front seat forward to do that, which is nice.
It smells a little bit odd.
Well, let's get inside and fully immerse ourselves. Let's open it up here with the key.
It is just a box. Ooh, orange.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Plenty of room.
Yeah. Plenty
Good amount of leg room back here. Plenty of headroom.
Fold this down. You could be back here.
You could.
Chris is a headliner enthusiast. I imagine he would not care for this.
No, I don't particularly care for the headliner.
It does have a bit of an odor.
Yeah, what does it smell like?
Maybe Chris took Mia to get groomed in this or something. I don't know.
No, it doesn't smell like dog. It smells like food, like some sort of food. But this is a common smell among these cheaper Kias, though. They all kind of smell like this. So.
Okay, I'm gonna abstain from making some comment about another culture in which probably produces this car.
Okay.
Alyssa and I might put a chest back here.
Of course you will. It's very on brand for you to do something like that.
Yeah, these speaker grills and little accents are pretty fun.
You want to show the engine?
Nah.
Okay.
There's an engine under there. It's 2 liters, makes 147 horsepower.
The steering wheel is excellent looking.
Ooh, I like how you can grip that too. Nice. You're an enthusiast of entry sounds, aren't you?
Yeah, the Nero does that. Okay, here we go. No paddle shifters.
It's got the gauge cluster you like.
Yep, it's got the Nero gauge cluster.
Let's turn this off.
Nero / Palisade.
A little bit of center console storage, some cup holders with little feet.
Heated
Good.
seats.
Yeah, thank you. 2-stage, that's odd. You usually only see 1 or 3.
Drive modes, normal and sport.
That's good.
Just about 4,000 miles on it. Volume knob, good.
Physical controls for climate.
It's got the same infotainment screen as every other Kia.
Yep. Soft open.
Got a little screen here.
Glove box there. Oh, this is kind of a nifty wireless device charger. It just slides up here. Look at that. And now it's charging. But it doesn't take up any actual space. That's good. How many miles we got? 40,000. Okay.
That's gonna drive me nuts.
Okay. Don't get hit by this elderly gentleman.
How could it have rusted already?
I wanted to match the driver. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see what we have for a reverse camera. Okay, looks pretty decent. Got a. What are you doing over there?
I was checking that.
The steering is quite light.
Interesting place for speaker tweeters. Literally right here.
Very quiet.
Yeah. There's a bit of a rattle back there. hatch rattle.
Something's rattling.
Kias love to have
They
hatch
do
rattles.
like to do that, don't they? Yeah. Oh, man.
Whoever's the vice president of fixing hatch rattles at Kia needs to be fired and be replaced with someone who knows how to do his or her job.
That's pretty bad. Well, the Harman Kardon might be good.
I bet you it's a B-.
Yeah. I was trying to be optimistic. It is so hot in here. I am actually going
You're
to
wearing your
pass
heavy-duty
away.
Carhartt. Look at this red cross-stitching. That's kind of fun. It's here and here. That's about it. And here. It accelerated so smoothly, the way only a CVT could do.
That's right.
Oh, Chris is going to engage sport mode, which is going to take him... Oh, and track off. Interesting that it's making shifts even though it doesn't need to.
That's right.
Does that make you feel better or worse?
No. The seating position's nice, actually.
It's great. You sit very upright. This is what Americans want. Upright seating position, lots of space, place to put their big gulps.
I think it's trying to be sporty is the thing.
Well, you are in sport mode, yes.
Let's take it out of sport mode. Probably drive better. The steering wheel is very thin. I think you'll enjoy that.
I will enjoy that. I'm a thin wheel enthusiast.
You quite like thin wheels. It's pretty nimble.
You should know that, yes, this is a CVT, but it's an IVT.
Oh, so it's like the Venue.
Yeah, it's a chain driven.
Okay.
So you won't get quite as much as of the slurriness.
Yeah.
It'll be more immediate.
This car actually feels like it has plenty of power, which is hilarious because it only makes about 140 horsepower.
Yeah, I mean, numbers aren't everything. The lightness
true.
of the car, the way it reacts. Base price is only $25,000 for this.
That's right. Yeah, no, this is fairly cheap. And this is like towards the top of the line, even though it does still have... Does it have cloth? Oh, it's got leather trim seats.
Well, it's a very fake leather.
Leather outline
And there's
seats.
cloth in the middle.
Well, it's cloth in the middle, yeah. Quite a bit of understeer.
But, you know, can't imagine it's exactly summer rubber on this thing.
I'm going to turn traction control back on. Yeah, I can see why people like this car. It's very easy to see out of. It's very easy to drive. The seating position is commanding for somebody that would want a Kia Soul. I imagine this would be good for short people.
Yeah. You're quite high up there. You should hit the rough ride section.
Oh
soon.
my goodness. I'm being strangled by the seatbelt. Yeah, we will. We'll hit the rough ride section. So this is a GT line, Charlie. Does it have sport tuned suspension?
I hope not.
We're about to find out.
You know, for a $25,000 car...
I was going to say, yeah, that's not bad.
Not bad at all. You know what this car is? It's the new PT Cruiser.
It really is.
It really
is. It
is.
is, because a lot of people hate these.
Yeah.
There's many, actually, I was going to say there was but there are many dedicated pages on TikTok that just hate Kia Souls. Like, they post Kia Soul hate.
Which is silly, because...
Speaking of that, I have seen many videos over the past couple days of Kia Souls on fire. Do you know why that is?
Are there IVTs blowing up?
No, it could be, I guess. But they're always parked when they're on. Well, I guess it wouldn't be driving on fire, but...
But yes, this is kind of like the PT Cruiser in that it's sort of this upright seating, quirky.
Yeah, it's an unconventional design.
It's a car that sort of rides like it sort of fits like an SUV sort of deal. And then you get in and you're like, oh, this is actually
Doesn't have a parking brake.
pretty decent. What is this little thing supposed to be for? They just filled in nothing.
Is this good for a thumbnail?
The sun's right there, so come forward a little bit more. More. Stop. Right there.
You should Photoshop me as a hamster for the thumbnail.
Because I'm sure they'd love for that stereotype to be
That's
perpetuated.
stale marketing.
Yeah. That's like saying zoom in a Mazda review.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't mind the wheels.
No, I don't mind the looks of the... Well,
The grill's a bit much.
yeah. You should just have it like this.
Just your head barely poking out. But I quite like the packaging. I do. You're going to need me to do this for you.
Oh, I see. Well, I'll need to know this for when I have to sit on the highway for 2 hours in this car.
Makes you feel better. I'll have to as well. Because we'll take this out west. All right. Taking the throne here. Honestly, power driver's seat at this price, not bad.
And Harman Kardon.
And dual zone climate control.
Oh, that's... I'm guessing I don't have a height adjustment over here. That's okay.
Can't imagine you need it.
What is this? Tweeter?
Yeah.
Interesting placement.
All right, I said that earlier.
I wasn't listening, I guess.
I know.
You know.
There's one over here, too. Look at this.
Oh, thank you for adjusting that.
Go. Highway driving assist. $25,000 car.
Yeah, Kia's pretty good about that.
The $68,000 BMW M340i that you took up to Midland did not have any sort of highway driving assist.
Should have taken a Kia Soul.
You should have taken a Kia Soul. I tried to get you a Kia Soul once for that drive out to Palm Springs, but you got a Kia Seltos instead, which is even cheaper than this, and you didn't mind that car that much either.
The Seltos is cheaper than this?
Yeah, it's even smaller. The Seltos is the Venue.
How is the Seltos smaller than this?
Oh, wait a minute.
There's no way. The Seltos is bigger than this. Has to be.
Maybe this is the Venue. I'll have to do some fact checking.
Yeah, the Seltos was like, well, I don't know. Okay, anyways, they're all basically the same.
Yeah.
The Venue, the Soul, the Seltos, and the Kona. It's all basically the same car. But I'd have the Kona.
Especially that new one looks very nice.
Yeah, the new Kona looks
But
great.
I quite like this too.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I mean, it's slow car fast.
Yeah.
Tight, small steering wheel, flat bottomed.
I mean, there's not really anything bad about it. I mean, it's just... Oh, and are we doing a launch?
Yes.
Make sure you select sport mode, Charlie.
I'll go faster that way. Ready?
About 8 seconds to 60.
Yeah, I think that's what car driver tested.
Yeah.
It's like 8.5 or something.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
8 seconds is very usable.
Faster than the HRV, and that's all it needs.
Certainly. Oh, dude, this thing's a rocket compared to the HRV.
Yeah.
You're just going this way because you want to take an entrance ramp while squealing your tires.
Well, that's actually just because I want to get an idea of how bad our highway drives are going to be on this. Hey, the boat is moved.
Oh,
but a larger tree has been felled, so they're trying to...
It's been felled?
Yeah, that's the proper word for dropping a tree.
Really? Yep. You definitely wish this had a handbrake.
Yeah. I don't love the fake shifts, but I will admit that it makes it less drony and annoying sounding than if it didn't have that. Like if it just went...
Yeah.
Couldn't even get wheel spin. Oh? No, I don't think I did.
Are you still flat out? Yeah. Oh, no, you're not. Are we copping a wheel? Ooh!
60.
Dude, I'm saying it handles pretty... It's nice.
Right.
Yeah, that's great. Adaptive cruise control? Wow.
Look at this. It's a $25,000 car that can drive you.
Yeah, that's great.
Doesn't seem too loud in here. Wind, I do hear some wind coming off the steering wheel. Most cars cannot navigate.
What about a Nissan Kicks versus this?
I would kicks to the curb.
Really? I think I'd have the Kicks.
You just want the bows.
I just want the bows in my... It's literally the only reason.
The Kicks can't do this.
The Kicks can't do this, no.
I could text and drive. Allegedly.
As some other Kia Soul owners maybe would like to do.
Maybe.
So if that's something you're considering, we're not saying to do it because you shouldn't, but we're saying that it would be possible on a closed course with a professional driver at the wheel.
Well, could we view it like some of the people like to view like drug usage, where we're going to say like if you're going to choose to do it, we'd rather you do it in a safe environment and manner, and at least if you do it with
that's true,
Kia's highway driving assist, then do it safe.
Yeah, that's fair. Do you think we have ambient lighting?
I bet you there's like one LED somewhere in the car that you can...
in the down here or something.
Yeah, that you can ambient light.
Vehicle. Lights? Nope, we don't.
This is going to be Emily someday.
Oh dear, they've got a very flat tire. What is
Sound
this?
mode lamp.
Unavailable while driving.
What might that do?
I don't know. Well, we should try it when you're not driving.
We'll leave that up so we remember.
Okay.
Mood lamp.
Why would it be unavailable while driving? What could you want to do while parked with the sound?
We could change the settings, perhaps.
Oh, perhaps, yeah.
We got a flat in front of us.
A flat? Oh, flat. Yes, indeed, flat.
Flat with 2 T's. We haven't been manual shifting. This font is much more appropriate in this car than it is in the Telluride.
This is a very fitting font for this car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It rotates.
It does.
I'm curious to know if we will actually mind the IVT in this car, because I don't. The way coming off of stoplights and everything like that, I mean, it works fine.
Yeah,
Accelerating
fine.
right here, it's there. It's always in the power band, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It'll be Chris who has to decide if he likes it or not. You'll only have 48 hours with it, so you might not mind it too much.
That's right. Well, I'm going to spend the week in my 99 BMW M Roadster, and Charlie's going to spend the week with this Kia Soul.
Who's going to drive the BZ4X? Look at this.
Oh, hey, yo. I cannot handle that. Wait, I want hey, yo. I don't know.
Mood lamp responds according to the theme selected.
How do you... Oh.
Blue flight.
I don't get it. Is this
Peaceful forest.
Is this the ambient lighting?
Dreamy purple, violet cloud,
We'll have to
orange
figure this
delight,
out.
golden insight, super red, refreshing music plus. I want to know if it maybe something pulsates to music, but where is it?
I'll also find out. Yeah, because I'll be driving it at night. So.
Homeowners buy more Trex decking and railing from Northfield Lumber than anywhere else. Northfield Lumber has.
This is very Kia Soul of them.
To leave it on this.
No, just this.
Oh yes.
Party time. Okay, let's just party time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey yo.
Yep.
Traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Romance.
Ooh.
Midnight City and Cafe.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, this is how it works. When Alyssa and I get in the car for this weekend to take it on our trip, we'll start out with hey yo, because we're hello, we've greeted. Then maybe we'll have a little party time as we get rolling, and then we'll just be traveling down the road.
Right.
So we'll select that. If we have some romantic time, we'll choose romance.
What does that usually mean when you're in a car?
I think it means you're not fighting.
Sure.
Yeah. Midnight City. That's it. If it becomes nighttime while we're there, and then
or you can play the song.
The song
called Midnight
yeah,
City
maybe,
by M83.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then the next morning when we come back, we can choose cafe as we get some coffee. I literally have no idea.
It's got cup holders.
And
you like pulling those off.
I thought it was gonna be a little ashtray thing over here. Cool. Well, yeah. Tune in right now to see what we think.
Yeah.
Because we're actually going to drive this car a decent bit. I will.
You will.
Well, and you do the fuel economy.
Yeah, so I'll spend a bit of time in it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wrapping up our week with the Kia Soul. This is a really good car. And I honestly think there are plenty of people who buy much more expensive cars that shouldn't be paying a lot of money for a car, and would honestly be totally fine with this.
Somebody's calling me.
Oh, that's a very Charlie move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wrapping up our week with the 2023 Kia Soul. This is a very good car.
Yes.
And I firmly feel that at $25,000 for a well-equipped model, I mean, dual zone climate control, heated seats, an okay sound system, and the packaging of this vehicle, there are people who are spending a lot more money on crossovers and big vehicles and stuff, like $40,000.
Yeah.
And I know probably not a lot of people who want to drive a Kia Soul, and I only know that because when I first pulled up with it, Alyssa was like, oh, it like hasn't changed in 10 years and like it's just a Kia Soul. I'm like, honey, this is a great car. And she didn't believe me until we spent 300-400 miles in it or so.
Yeah.
And it really does excel at a lot of the basic car things. And it reminds me that you don't need to be spending $50,000 on a new car here in 2023, even though everyone acts like you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shall we?
We shall.
I took Alyssa and her 2 parents in this. 4 people, adults. Didn't even have to move the seats up from the front. I mean, you could just sit and there's so much room.
It does smell bad in here.
Yeah.
And it has been a trend lately with these cheaper Kias. I don't know what the degassing of plastic is.
Well, even that Honda HRV didn't
smells
smell
gross.
good.
I
lot
think
of cheaper cars.
I think somebody did that in the Honda HRV.
No, because I got in a different Honda HRV and it smelled
And it still smelled bad.
Yeah. I will say that the Nero is a cooler interior, I think.
Oh, by far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Nero doesn't cost that much more, but this is very functional. Like I said, dual zone climate control, USB port, a wireless charger here that's nice and kind of tucked away and doesn't take up from this being a usable space. Like Alyssa was able to put her phone in there and have it charge, and it didn't like suck up valuable real estate here. The screen works well and it's not very far away. It's decent size. I did notice something weird on the highway though, and I'm curious if this happened to you during your fuel economy test. The transmission oscillates between like 2,700 RPM and 33, and you hear it doing this.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. I got on the highway for my fuel economy test, and it's doing that. I'm like, am I doing something wrong? Am I in sport mode or something? And I actually mentioned it in my fuel economy test. I'm like, okay, well, it's going from 2,700 to 3,000 RPM constantly. So I'm gonna let you guys go and blast the Harman Kardon, and not have to listen to that, because that was quite irritating. But what I did actually quite enjoy later on in the fuel economy test, because I ran it at night, it got a little bit dark, obviously, as it does at night, and you could see the sound mood lamp flickering. Did you get?
I didn't drive it at night at all, but did you get any video of that I can drop in here? On your fuel economy test, maybe, or like at the end?
Maybe.
Or the
I don't know.
Finding Road Drive?
No, because it only works if you're playing music, and you can't play music on it.
I think the CVT works well in daily driving sort of scenarios, though. I could see how you might not love the tuning because it is a bit lazy. You have to really put your foot into it to get it to react and get going. But I think for a lot of people that's okay, because they just want a nice smooth departure away from the stoplight, and it does that pretty well.
This car would be great for most people. I do agree. Fully agree with you. And
it's comfortable,
so cheap
with this kind of.
It's so cheap. It's $25,000.
Yeah.
And this is like almost top of the line, isn't it?
Yeah, there's an EX above this, but yeah.
Probably get you like leather seats.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
This one has partial leather.
Alyssa pointed something out though. There's a lot of bolstering, and it's kind of narrow bolstering. If you were a larger torsoed individual, you would not be very comfortable in these
You'd have to get the EX.
I think so.
Because this is the GT line, so it's sporty. I do quite like the steering wheel, the flat bottom. Yeah, steering wheel's nice.
It's comfortable. It goes down decently low. It's a good size. The steering is nice and light.
This is one of those cars where, like, sure, it's been pretty much the same for like 12 years.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point of this car, is that it's like the shape of this car is why people like it or dislike it. So if they were to change it drastically, then it's like you lose the whole point of the Kia Soul. It's like the PT Cruiser or the HHR.
It is a very good design as built. It's like if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Right.
Also, the lane keeping works excellently, as we know from Hyundai Kia vehicles.
Yeah, it does a good job.
You and I both took this on the highway, and you can literally just set this and take your hands off the wheel, allegedly, for like a minute at a time, and it just goes. I was sitting here like this, and Alyssa was just watching, and she's like, how much does this car cost? I said, $25,000.
Yeah.
She's like, that's incredible. Yeah. It really is. Yeah. The adaptive cruise worked pretty well. There were even times that I had it on the second closest following distance because the closest was too close. I got about 34 miles per gallon traveling on the highway at 74, 75 miles per gallon. I think you got about 34 as well. Yeah. But your test was more accurate because it's going back and forth. I think we had a tailwind both times.
Okay. What was I going to say? Oh, what did you end up thinking about the Harman Kardon? C-Tier?
C-Tier, which again at $25K is pretty good. But like you said, the Nissan Kicks sounds a little bit better. Yeah. But I think I'd rather have this than a Kicks. I think this has more room and looks better. The Kicks just look so bland and like The problem is the Soul has a wrap, and people immediately think of hamsters. Even my father-in-law saw this car and he was like, "Oh, isn't that the mouse car or something like that?" And I was like, "Yeah, the hamster commercials that they had like 5 years ago."
Try like 2008.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It was when the car first came out, which I think was 2008.
All right. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame because this is genuinely, if you don't do a lot of highway trips, in which case you'd be better served by like a Civic or something like that that's going to get like 48 miles per gallon on the highway. This is such a good package.
Yeah.
And it's a type of car that I feel like as journalists, yeah, we can go out and we can drive an F-type coupe and be like, "Oh, this car is really cool to drive, great." That's not doing important work. This is actually a product that I feel like we need to get the word out that it is something you should consider as better than just your average appliance transportation. Is that fair?
I wouldn't do that. I'm a YouTuber, not a journalist.
Okay, well, that's what I'm doing. Well, it's like I drove that Corolla Cross hybrid this last week or so.
Is this better?
It isn't necessarily, in a lot of ways it is better.
Yeah.
I think it's a cooler interior. The Corolla Cross, it's got these basic analog gauges.
Yeah.
And
this is a cool cluster.
This is a very cool cluster. The Corolla Cross, single zone climate control, very cheap feeling seats unless you pay to get all the way up to the leatherette and everything. Doesn't have cool color bits, doesn't have speakers that can flash at you, doesn't have, I said, the dual zone climate control. It does have wireless CarPlay, but you can get an adapter for this and be totally fine. This is a better product, and it costs $25,000 as spec. Whereas a Corolla Cross with these sort of options, you're looking about $34,000. That's a lot of money. That's like 2 years of payments for some people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is quite good.
Yeah.
Would you like to have a last round?
Sure.
Also, you know one thing I like, which maybe we pointed out at the intro? Not powered. Look how quickly that opens.
Shoots right up.
We put 2 weekend suitcases in here.
And they fit fine?
Fit just fine. Yep. And then when I was done, I went. You don't have to worry about that braking.
That's right.
One thing I will say, the door holders could fit water bottles better.
Maybe people that drive Kia Souls don't like water bottles. Also, this drove me nuts the whole time I was driving.
I never noticed.
Must just be the way that I'm shaped and fit in the seat.
Perhaps.
It makes it do it, but
yeah,
very irritating.
I kind of like having a power driver's seat too. Being able to recline, like just.
Is this
just
power?
Right.
I didn't even realize.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and
nice.
with the lumbar adjustment.
Yeah, I definitely grew to like this car the more and more that I drove it. I was a bit embarrassed to be seen in it just because of the stigma of the Kia Soul. But I definitely agree with everything all of the points that you made about how if people could get over being so worried about what other people think, or if they would just kind of weigh other options other than $40,000 crossovers that they have no need for, then this would be a great option.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, it's good that you agree, because
I do agree. I certainly agree.
You disagree with.
Because you're editing this. Yeah, right. No, I mean, I think at the price point, this is like just about as good as you can get for a new car for $25,000. Obviously, if you told me that I could buy anything for $25,000, I'd go buy a Mercedes S65 AMG.
Can you still get those for under 25?
Oh yeah.
Wow. That's because they'll cost $25
immediately after you buy them.
Yeah, right. As you know from having an AMG Mercedes.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I wouldn't buy an S65 AMG. Anyways,
I like that the center console's got some pretty usable space. I actually put my entire water bottle that didn't fit in the door.
You put it in the
center console. Yeah.
Will my big bottle fit in the 2023 Kia Soul GT line?
Answer is no.
I did some research after we got this car, because obviously when this showed up, I knew nothing about the Kia Soul. I've never looked up anything about it, and I thought that the GT line meant that you got a DCT and a turbo engine. They did actually make a Kia Soul Turbo, but they discontinued it for 23. But you could actually get a 200 horsepower DCT Kia Soul, which I think was properly excellent.
I've reviewed that on Daily Motor.
You have?
And it is one of the lowest view videos I've ever done. It's
probably
actually,
why they stopped making it.
I think it's the very first, well, not the very first, but it is one of the very first review-ish videos I ever did.
Oh, okay.
And it was very bad. And
I have to go watch it.
Yeah.
If it's still up.
Yeah, it is. And it gets, it's very, very not many views.
So we think that you all should go buy Kia Souls.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Kia Soul is not offered an all-wheel.
Bolt.
Kia Soul is not offered an all-wheel drive, and that's okay. It really is. Get yourself some winter tires.
Neither is the Nero.
Yeah, get yourself some winter tires, and you'll be fine. I mean, unless you live in Utah and you get 300 inches of snow each year, then.
Does Utah get that much snow?
Yeah, they got
the north of
here.
Utah.
I think like Salt Lake
all
area.
of Utah.
Even. Yeah.
Really?
Not all of it, but a good bit. Yeah.
I want to go to Utah someday.
Yeah, me too.
See
I mean, I have been, but it's
You
David.
have been. What have you done in Utah?
Driven through it?
That's it?
Yep.
You didn't like stop in it and do anything?
No, I did not. Well, thank you all so much for watching. We really do wish that the Kia Soul didn't have the kind of soul stigma
I
that
wish
is
it didn't have
associated with
soul.
it. Yeah. You see how cool the headlights look? The LEDs when you lock it?
No. Oh, yeah. I love orange.
I'm receiving a telephone call.
And as always, drive on.
There's a lot to like about the Kia Soul, and if you need a car and you need it to do things, this is probably a good option for you. So thank you all for watching, and we will see you on the next one. We're Chris and Charlie with Daily Motor, and as always, Soul on. Just kind of phoned that one in.
Yeah.